Welcome, everybody. Welcome to Groove Asia Leaders Unite. And I am your host, Nick Lakhani. I have the wonderful Karen producing for us in the background. And welcome to a new session. Now, today, we're going to get the slides up and we're going to cover a subject about niche selection. So, finding your profitable path. Okay, so over the previous few weeks, we've been talking about creating online courses, and not every path is the right path for you, is it? Think about it. You've got to be able to quickly and effectively find the path for you. And there are a number of things to think about here. Now, let's go back to what we looked at over the last couple of weeks. And we looked at, well, you've got details about who I am right there. You can pause it on there and read it a little bit more. And also, what kind of things are we doing? So, we're talking about mindset and also business, course creation, etc., etc. So, we're looking at those subjects right now. And one of the reasons why you may want to be interested in creating courses is that you want to monetize your knowledge and experience, create a passive income to help out family with side income, right? You want to be able to have to work, you may not have enough to retire. All right. So a lot of people are in that position right now, aren't we? So, and also you may have an idea that you have a passion, you have a dream, you want to have a change of pace, and you want to make it into a reality. All right. Ultimately, what we're all looking for is financial freedom, isn't it? Let's go on from here. Now, one of the reasons why I had a look at online courses and I'm absolutely enamored with it is that a couple of years ago, after COVID, right? So there was a big jump during COVID. We know that. And this is on a global scale, by the way. Um, so a couple of years ago, they estimated the revenue for online courses to be in the region of 210 billion US dollars. They're projecting, okay, so this particular source, Global Newswire, is projecting the market to be $848.12 billion in 6.5 years. Now, just think about it. 2030 seems a long way away. It's only 6.5 years. Think about what you've done over the last 6.5 years. All right? What you can do in the next 6.5. And one of the ways that you can actually go and help yourself, your family, your business, and your future is by creating an online course, which then leads to your own online community. That's what I'm interested in, and I want to be able to lead you to that end goal. All right? Now, today we're going to talk about niche selection, finding your profitable path. And one of the things that we want you to do is we want you to find a niche that aligns with your passions. We want you to make sure that you meet market demand, and to make sure that you position yourself for success. Let's jump into this. Let's look at the different items on here. So, first of all, identifying your passions. All right, your passions and interests. To build a sustainable business, it's essential to create a niche that aligns with your passions. Now, if I say to you that it's a very quick process, 15 minutes, get a piece of paper and a pen, just, yeah, easy, right? I can honestly tell you that it took me at the best part of 2 months to get to a position where I was looking at this probably a couple of hours a day, every day at least, working on this, which is to identify my niche. And as I said, you're talking about 60, 70, maybe even up to 100 hours of effort, of thought, of investigation, of learning, of being mentored to get to that point. Just think about that. So, what I can say is, I'm a course success uh, uh, strategist, and what I do is I help you create profitable online courses that follow your passion to help you get financial freedom. Okay? That's it. That's what I do. That's the one thing that I do. And to my real niche is actually women aged 40 to 55 who are looking for a side income or to replace a full income and to provide for their family for the future. Okay? That's very specific. Right? I want you to think about that. I want you to think about your passion, getting your not just skills, knowledge, and experience, but also your dreams in line. All right. So you could have a hobby. You could have something that you used to do as a child. You could play piano or played guitar. You could have played chess. And you want to actually create a course for those kind of hobbies or passions. Select a niche that genuinely excites you. Because that way you'll have the motivation and the enthusiasm that you need to excel in it. Now, for me, what happened was, I mentioned this in my very first video, I come from an education background, I come from a technical background, but also I come from, one of the things I didn't mention was that I come from a family of hardworking people. I started working my father's business when I was 8 years old. All right. So we know hard work. We know that with the harder you work, the luckier you get, right? That's what happens. Well, we know about hard work, and also with my background in the education and the tech world, and my proclivity to be wanting to help people develop and be successful. I put all of those things together, and this is what I came up with. What can you do if you think about this for a period of time? Write down things, explore, reflect on your hobbies, your experiences, your skills, etc. But make sure it's something that genuinely excites you. Because when you don't want to do things, when you've been working for 15 hours and you've still got more to do, what's going to keep you going? How are you going to motivate yourself? It's going to have to come from deep within. Okay? So your passions and your interests are paramount with this. The next stage, I would say, is to understand market demand. I think that's very crucial. That's beyond crucial. And I want you to think about exploring industry trends, and emerging markets. So, for example, one of the things I'm looking at is the explosion in online courses, but also I'm looking at gaps. I'm looking at underserved niches. The reason I found that is that I know a lot of people are selling courses, but not enough people are selling them with the support that you need to be able to take most, if not all, the people along to their successful conclusion. And that's by creating a community. Most courses are online, you buy it, and there's no contact between you and the seller ever. Well, I want to change that. And I want you to think about changing that too for your course. All right. So, and also when you start researching into these things, into the gaps, into places where, for example, you may be a dog lover and you've got access to trainers, you've got access to the places where you can actually have your dogs groomed and so on. But there may be something missing. There may be something missing for example, when you get a new puppy for training, or when you've got a dog who's got some behavioral issues who needs some assistance, and that's where the gap is. There isn't anybody there yet. Okay, but if there is, it's still okay, because then it's to do with a lot of it's to do with the personality on the course, right? Think about it. Somebody else has done this very session that I'm doing today. But what makes me different? Well, it's my personality, my background, where also, not only where I've come from, but where I'm going as well. It's going to be unique to me. And also, one of the things that I like to think that makes me stand out is the ability to be approachable. It's the ability to be confident on screen and to come and help you. And for a lot of my clients, what I do is I arrange meetings and face to face, and to help them strategize. Right? Not everybody needs it, but for those that do, it's there. Now, how can you set yourself apart? What niche can you define and then stand out in as unique? All right. So, and one of the biggest things is, by the way, a lot of people in marketing generally, a lot of people will want to say, "Hey, well, I'll do it cheaper." Well, there's no point in that. There's no point in that because you're getting a ticket to the bottom of the barrel very, very quickly. You'll never be able to build your business. I would always say raise your prices and value add. Make sure you're adding value to your niche. Okay, so have a look at those demands that are out there. Have a look at the trends, and also position yourself as the go-to solution to carve out your own space. Okay. Now, evaluating competition and unmet needs. I want you to assess the competitive landscape. Who else is doing it? And as I mentioned a minute ago, there are people doing this. There probably will be. And one of the things with this is identifying who they are. What unique value or what can make you different to make you unique, to set you apart from the existing competition? Now, one of the things that people do, especially those people who are really passionate about what they do, often they don't realize how much of a superpower it is. And yeah, all I do is. But for a lot of people, they have no comprehension of how to do that. And one of the ways in which you can actually go and help them is by explaining simply, clearly, use simple examples, do the things, maybe even do the things that helped you learn in the first place. I mean, it doesn't matter whether you were 5 or 55. You're still learning, so break it down for them. It doesn't have to be a really complicated program that you run. In fact, to be honest with you, you've got to keep it simple, right? Keep it simple, but help the people realize that you are different by having the confidence to say you're different and why you're different. What sets you apart? Okay, and also the other thing you'll find is that yes, there are people already there doing exactly what you're doing, but a lot of the needs of the clients, of the public, of the customers have not been met, because it's okay to go and sell, as I mentioned earlier, it's okay to go and sell a course. But maybe that's not what somebody needs. Maybe they need a helping hand. Maybe they need a Facebook group. Maybe they need a Groove Leaders Unite area. Maybe they need a Groove Asia. Just set yourself apart. Add value. You will stand out, because when you actually go and either come on screen, or if you don't have to come on screen, but you get your message out there, your message is the one that gets to the person. And the right person will pick it up and will be able to do something with it, will understand what you mean. But don't be afraid to look at yourself and push yourself up. Be confident in what you're doing. Because when you're confident, then the confidence comes across on screen, on paper, on Facebook ads, or wherever, on Facebook groups, wherever you are advertising, that confidence will come across. And you have it here. And we talked about the things earlier on about having the vision and the passions, right? So, but evaluating the competition is very important because you will always find that they're not always hitting the right mark for a lot of people. For some people, they may be great, maybe 10, 20% of their customers, but the other 80 or 90 are not being served fully. So don't think that the landscape is too crowded. If there's a lot of people there, it means there is some interest. It's how you can set yourself apart as quickly as possible will determine how successful you are. All right? Now, as I said earlier, I explained to you what my niche is, and I went really, really deep down into it. So you have to navigate a balance between the broad and narrow niches. Okay, so whichever way you go, it's going to be challenging, right? But you've got to decide, how broad you want it to be, or if you want a really specific narrow niche, then go with it. Okay. Now, what are the advantages of having a broad niche, for example? You can potentially have a broader audience. Great. And you can be more competitive. Okay, yeah, you can be more competitive. The downside is that if, for example, it's like any business, right? If somebody asks me, hey, who can you help? And I say, everybody. In reality, it actually means nobody because I'm not being specific enough. I'm not telling people that I'm specializing in catering to a particular audience, a specific niche, where there is less competition, right? But also, it's going to be harder to find. So there is a balance on having a broad niche and a specific narrow niche. I would say go with narrow and then work outwards. I wouldn't go with broad. I really wouldn't. I've done that for many things throughout the last probably 6, 8 years. I've tried a number of things. And if you're going too broad, it doesn't mean anything to anybody. Be specific. Create an avatar of that person. Give them a name. Give them a profile. All right? So, in order for you to strike the right balance, consider your expertise, the level of saturation in the marketplace right now, and specifically the target audience's needs. Because it doesn't matter what's out there, how much traffic is out there, how much noise is out there, you've still got to meet the audience's needs, don't you? That way, if you can do that, if you can go and achieve that specialization, that niching down, you have a chance not only to actually go and sell your courses to make a profit, but also to create the community. Notice I say this every time. It's not just about selling, all right? It's about selling to bring people into your fold, into your community that you're leading, right? Not as a dictator, but as a, someone, you create a safe space for them in order for them to develop, whilst you yourself are developing, for example, services and opportunities to serve them. And they will tell you what they need. They will actually ask questions of you. All right? But you've got to be specific enough to get the interest and have the confidence to be able to go and sell the courses to them. All right. And we're going to talk about marketing and sales and things further in the series. Okay. But one of the things that you have to do is to niche down. So let's look at the four points again today for niching down, for niche selection. So identify your passions, research the market, evaluate the competition, and strike a balance between a broad and a narrow niche. Try and strike a balance that is perfect for you. All right. So it's very important that you take this seriously. By evaluating your passions, you really want to see, well, not only is it something that you're going to work for, but it's something that you can communicate as part of your message. This is passion for you. Absolutely. You've got to find the right balance. Ultimately, you want to create profitable courses, right? So, what I want you to do, though, is I want you to take action after today. I want you to do all those things on this list here, all right? And I want you to let me know what are your passions? What is your niche that you want to aim for? If there's a question about what it is you're trying to do, okay, make sure you comment, like, and subscribe. And oh, by the way, if you're watching this live, put hashtag live. If you're watching a recording, put hashtag record, okay? One of the things that's very important is that with this passion, this insight that you are undertaking, you're looking for insights into your own needs, your own desires, your own passions. This will help you bring you a better business, a bigger business, and will help you achieve and fulfill your dreams that you're looking for from the entrepreneurial space. Ultimately, you have to take action. I want you to take action. You deserve to take action. Now, let's have a look at see what else we've got going on in Groove Asia. Okay, so don't forget, we're on regularly at 1800 hours GMT +8 every Tuesday. Also, for the next few days, coming in the next few days, is our breakthrough retreat. Now, I'm going to be in Malaysia as this week, as from Wednesday. And I'm so looking forward to it. I'm so excited. And I'm coming for our breakthrough retreat, which is going to be in Kuala Lumpur and Port Dickson. Now, one of the things that we have in here, and Karen's going to put a link into the chat right now, is we've got a webinar for you to join. And I want you to learn through the experience of having the breakthrough retreat. And here are the benefits. That's the last one at Langkawi. And there are a number of things on here talking about our retreat over here in Port Dickson. Okay, so how can you join? It's all in there. And I want you to go and have a look at this and go to the, I want you to go to the webinar, fill in the form, and then take it from there. Okay? So we will make sure, take a look at the link below the video, make sure that you go sign up for this, and you've got a chance of attending the Breakthrough Retreat. Now, there may be also the opportunity to attend the retreat, but in the form of a hybrid meeting. Take a look below. I'll leave you with that. I'm getting on a plane. I'm coming to Malaysia. I want you to come as well. Thanks to Karen. See you next week. Take care of yourself, and let's go and play the outro. See you soon.
Hi, this is Simon Liang with GrooveAsia.cm. Are you already a part of the #1 community in the world? If not, do so right now for free training and support, along with live sessions to help you succeed. Start now by joining us in our private Facebook group and get more exclusive video content on our YouTube channel. Make sure to like and subscribe with notifications turned on for all updates. Join our community right now. Let me know if you have any questions, and I will see you on the inside at GrooveAsia.cm.